Okay guys, red alert, someone actually stole the Valium from Vader's nightstand. We have real Vader, I repeat, we have real Vader. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 5, and today we'll find out if this is actually the show we've all been waiting for all this time. Full spoilers, check out the previous videos, like, subscribe, all of that, let's go. Finally, a proper Hayden scene, and it also runs analogous to the main narrative of this episode. We're off to a great start. Nice to see the Bridge of Command, but what is not nice to see is this miserable ceremony. Vader is not the kind of psychopath to bestow this level of trust on such half-assed achievements. She should be glad she doesn't have to clean his boots. But actually this character ambiguity is explained later in the episode when it is revealed that the third sister's entrapment was the plan all along, and it is one of the many subplots that we see explained in these 40 minutes. This is an episode of explanations and corrections. So let's get the counter out. We are at 1. After the duel scene, another iconic moment, the blue hyperspace warp reflecting off of Vader's helmet as he chases Obi-Wan with presumably his eyes rolling in blood in his rage. Finally! Why did we have to wait so long for moments like this? So these poor bastards are locked in here. Good conflict. It's still painfully predictable that the Dina's fist-shaking prophecy will come true again. But fuck it, at least this is a really physically focused story, so the tightly constrained plot works much better. That said, a studio with bigger balls would have put Vader on the list of history's most ruthless villains, as he should be, with an unforgettable scene here and now as he doesn't send an ambassador down, but goes himself and destroys everything and everyone that comes between him and Obi-Wan. So why didn't we get this? Well, it could be explained with the twist at the end of the episode and the counter would be on 2, but I don't buy that bamboozling Reva would have been more important to him than getting his hands on Obi-Wan Kenobi. And to be honest, it doesn't take a Sith's foresight to know that if you send a noob to capture Obi-Wan, the story will have some last minute getaway fist shaking in store for you. Leia is very cool. I actually commend this actress because as soon as she doesn't have to carry entire scenes on her shoulders alone, she's a great addition, and me impressed. The Organa message pushes the explanation counter to 2. Now we understand why they didn't talk at all before, but still not why Organa doesn't use the disappearance of her daughter as a political pressure tool. But maybe he doesn't want the Empire to pay more attention to her, so I'll let it go now. And here's the scene I've been begging for since episode 2, but again, one question. Why did we have to keep this for the end? The character-driven motivations are kicking in only now. The emotional capital is supporting the plot only now, and we are starting to care about the fate of the characters only now. But too late. There's only one episode left. We finally got the clay on the pottery wheel, but we can only spin it like 3 times before we're out of time. Imagine if we could do it for 3 or 4 episodes. Missed opportunity. In any case, the explanation counter is up to 3. We've been served with Reva's trauma and how she knows Anakin. And my prediction from 2 videos ago was half realized. The Vader versus Reva conflict was an inevitable consequence of the writing, and I actually find it to be pleasantly surprising that the character was made more 3-dimensional by not going full on rebel, but instead given this gray zone morality. We always like those. So if the show stays for 1 season, it will obviously end tragically in the next episode for her. If there were more seasons, she would surely end up with Obi-Wan after of course dying a heroic death anyways. One that is inevitable for her if competent writers are in the writer's room. Then comes the most epic fight in Star Wars history. No, not this. This one. Another sparring scene, it's great if a bit didactic, but we'll roll with it, cool. Also, I'm convinced this character is here solely to cause trouble and be annoying. Scram, go away, delete, bye. Finally, the scene. This is exactly what we've been waiting for. Disney, listen to me, please. Yes, this. Exactly like this. Spot on. This is Darth Vader, and this is Darth Vader. Take a mental snapshot, this is gold. This is all you need to do with the character at this point in his arc. And here's the twist that retroactively explains at least this scene and maybe many others, and restores Vader's ethos.
Did you really believe I did not see it, youngling?
So this adds at least 1 more to the explanation counter. That makes 4 in total, which is quite a lot. It's almost like they've heard the critics in advance. It's almost like Disney runs every episode by control groups, like a big industrial manufacturer of plastic injection molded dreams. Quelle surprise. In any case, I don't know if anyone in the Star Wars movies ever survived an injury like this. Okay, I'll get over it, although I think that Obi-Wan fucked her over a bit here, right? He really could have stayed and tried to help. Like, he should know how these things tend to end. Never mind, he sent her to her death, no biggie. Also, Vader, why don't you finish her off there and then? What kind of cotton candy Nazi are you? You know better than anyone that one can recover from anything, and even a quadruple amputee can still be a powerful fascist. And people wondering what's with Obi-Wan. He doesn't quite know, but I can help him out. You left your stuff with an idiot and then forgot to ask him where your emergency contact device is. But you know what? If you forgot, then it wasn't important. So yeah, don't worry, little Luke. A guy with a perforated lung is coming for you. Or a woman with a perforated lung is coming for you. Point is, they can't exactly sneak up on you in your sleep. So, was this the Obi-Wan show we've all been waiting for? Well, I guess kind of. But as I said many times, this is too little, too late. This is a great baseline, but the show's over. Personally, I think it was the best episode so far. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. One more episode to go. See you next week. I'd like to sincerely thank from the bottom of my heart everyone who supports me on Patreon. Special shout out to Marvin Gamma for pledging in the behind the scenes tier.